Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today I am sharing with you the 7 things I don't buy anymore or use anymore that I used to in my daily life. So things that I've swapped, things that I've replaced, things that I've just reused, and instead of buying those things every single day or using those things every single day. Okay, number 1 is plastic bags. And I know you don't necessarily buy these, but some grocery stores are making you buy them now. So when you go to the store and you get your stuff, they put it in these plastic bags or the paper bags. I no longer use those, or I really try not to use those. And I just bring my own. I have an entire bag full of reusable grocery bags, and most places give them to you for free if you buy something, like as a little incentive, or they're like 10 cents. So it's super easy to get reusable grocery bags, and it's just an easy swap. I keep some in my car, I keep some in my house, I keep some in my husband's car. That way whenever we go out, if we are going out randomly, then we hopefully would have some grocery bags with us. If not, and we do get like a plastic grocery bag, we try to reuse them in our home. So we use them in the bathrooms as the little baby trash cans in there. And then we use them when we take our dog out to pick up his poop. So that's what we've been trying to do, just to lower our impact on the earth and lower our use of plastic. But if it's so difficult and we need to grab a plastic bag because we don't have enough arm space for it, or we can't fit it in our purse, then we will grab a plastic bag and reuse it for something else. Speaking of grocery stores, when I go to the grocery stores, I usually stay around the outside edges, so like produce and like almond milk sections and meat sections and seafood. I don't necessarily go into the aisles because that's where a lot of the packaging is, and a lot of the food that I can't eat since I am paleo. So we go and get produce a lot, and there's those little plastic produce bags that I used to always grab for when I got every single thing, and I have stopped and I have started using these little like holy bags. And there's also some not holy bags for other stuff, but I feel like kale and like those root veggies fit really great in here, as well as any like tomatoes. So I use these instead of using the produce bags. And like the grocery bags, you don't buy that, but you are using them and you are filling our landfills with them the amount of times that we use them every time we go shopping. So I'm trying to reduce my impact in that way as well, and just making this easy swap. These are super cute. I got them as a gift for Christmas. I have 2 other ones as well, and it just makes shopping a little easier. You don't have to constantly keep grabbing a little plastic bag, and you're saving the earth a little. Number 3 is coffee cups. So when you go to a coffee shop, which most of us go to because we need to stay energized and we need to get our daily fix of coffee, they do actually charge you for the coffee cup. So if you bring your own reusable coffee cup, which I try to keep one with me, it's easier if you like keep it in your glove compartment or in that little center console in your car. That way whenever you're there, you just pull it out. So I try to keep one of these on me at all times, and they actually take like money off of your bill. I think it's like 10 cents depending on where you go, because you brought your own cup. And so that's awesome, and you don't have to continue to keep throwing away these little paper plastic lined cups that like you get at Starbucks or Dunkin'. So you can do this if you're doing hot coffee, and then obviously if you like an iced coffee. I'm not really an iced coffee kind of girl, but you can just get one with a straw, and they're just super easy. You can get them for cheap at Walmart or even the dollar store, I'm sure. Just something that you can reuse and limit your use of disposable coffee cups whenever you're on the go. Number 4 is water bottles. So my husband and I used to buy a lot of water bottles, and my family, when I lived with them, they used to buy a lot of water bottles, and even while at home, they would drink out of the water bottles instead of from the fridge or from the filter. And so I've learned moving out on my own that, one, buying water bottles is an expense I don't really need to take, because I have a water filter at home that I paid for, and I can just put it in my own glass or put it in my own cup. But when I'm on the go, it really took me a long time to stop grabbing for a plastic water bottle and just filling up my own. So that is what I do now. It's a S'well bottle, so it keeps it cold for like 8 or 12 hours, and then the same for like keeping it hot, but I wouldn't recommend that because it keeps it really hot and it's really difficult to drink. But just getting something reusable, just like the coffee mug, just get something that is cheap, that works for you, and that you can just limit buying water bottles because it's not really necessary if you have a fridge or access at work for a water bottle. I fill this up like 5 times at work because we have a water fountain there, and so it just makes it a lot easier and saves on my spending money on water bottles and waste on those plastic water bottles, drinking like 5 of them a day. Number 5 is my lunch. So I used to just grab a bag, any bag I had, put my lunch in there in a plastic Tupperware container, in Ziploc bags with plastic straws and water bottles. So it was just a bunch of waste, and I realized that it's super easy to reduce that waste. So I got a little lunchbox that's super cute with strawberries on it. And what I use for work every single day is I use either this reusable Ziploc bag or another one that I have that's in my kitchen products video, or I use a glass Tupperware. And I know the top is still plastic, but this is much better than the other ones that are just completely plastic, and you can actually microwave your food in here. You can put it in the oven, and I think it's dishwasher safe too. Possibly. I'm not sure. I don't use the dishwasher. But it's just a lot better for your food because you don't want to continue to heat up your food in plastic. That's not good for you. You should research that. But that's what I use every day when I go to work. Just a glassware and a little Ziploc bag that's reusable. Put it in my lunchbox, go home, wash it when I get home, and then restart all over again the next day. Number 6 is a little strange, and some people have difficulty comprehending it and not being grossed out by it. But I don't really care because when I started this process of limiting my waste, I didn't really care about my bodily functions anymore and like touching it. I know that sounds disgusting. But number 6 is tissues. I used to buy the tissues, you know, the little packet with the plastic around it and then the disposable tissues that everyone grows up using, right? Well, I now have these little jars and I make my own tissues, and it's just with like clothing that I couldn't sell or that no one wanted and that I didn't want to give to the thrift store because it was really good fabric. And so I just sewed it up myself. It's really comfortable for my nose. I just blow my nose in it and then I wash it and then I use it again. So I have these and I have more, but I just need to make more because it takes a while to sew them up. I'm really slow. But that's an easy thing that you can save money on. You don't have to buy tissues anymore. You can use something that you already have in your house and make it more sustainable because you're using it for a different purpose instead of a romper that I wasn't wearing anymore. Last but not least, the 7th thing that I use almost every single day is medicine. Everyone does it. You have a headache, you start your period, your stomach hurts, you stubbed your toe, you feel sad. I don't know. You have medicine, and I used to have 3 bottles of medicine in my purse. I used to have, I think it was Advil, Pepto, and Midol. And now I have my essential oil rollers. I'm not using that clunky plastic thing that it comes in. I'm not constantly taking pills. That's not good for your liver. I think it's your liver. And I'm using my essential oils that I know are more natural, that I know are 100% pure, that I know are better for me, and they're just so cute. So I have my headache roller, so it's just for headache relief. I have one for my period, one on my period, one for my stomach. I have a bunch of rollers that I just make myself and that I can refill in these bottles instead of constantly buying new plastic bottles of Advil or whatever. And that's not, I'm not against modern medicine. I understand, I used to use them all the time, but essential oils work better for me, and I know that they're more natural, and I like that a lot better. So I use this switch instead. Thanks so much for joining me on my channel today. These are the 7 things that I use every single day that I've swapped out for something reusable or for less money. So it's just something that I think we should really take a step back and realize how much of an impact we are having on our planet and how this can affect us later on if we continue to use single-use items every single day and we continue to add to our landfills. I think these swaps are pretty simple. Maybe it's an upfront cost if you're buying the water bottle or the reusable mug or the rollers, but it really does save you money because you're not constantly buying water bottles from the grocery store. You're not constantly buying medicine. You're not constantly buying cups at the coffee shops that you go to. You do get discounts for those things, and you actually get discounts for bringing your own grocery bags at some stores as well. So it's just something that I would hope you guys consider. Thanks so much again, and I will see you guys next Monday.